Amerikansuomalaisten tarinoita.
Stories from Finnish America.
Well, when I was a young adult living in St. Paul, Minnesota, part of the Kisarit, Finnish American folk dancers, one of the guys came up with a 5-string kantele, something like this, and said that Joyce Hakala is trying to get a little group together to learn how to play the 5-string kanteles. And he knew I was musical, I play the flute. And he was wondering if I was interested in playing, and I said, well, sure. And so I joined a group called Koivun Kaikku in St. Paul, and Joyce Hakala, Mother Kantele, taught us. She played the large concert kantele, but then she had been traveling in Finland and discovered the 5-string kantele, and we had some very interesting instruments at first. They were homemade and not very good, but then we got instruments from Kaustinen, and each of us had a 5-string, and then Joyce and other members of the group would do arrangements, and I listen to recordings from us now, and I go, oh my goodness, we were really good. We would do many part harmonies, different people playing different parts, and we, first of all we had together were 5 strings and the big kanteles, and then we added mandolin or guitar and sometimes violin, and then we branched out into 10-string kantele. And I never really learned how to play the 10-string kantele very well because I was having children during that time, and when everybody else was learning the 10-string, I kind of stuck with the 5-string, and I'm also a flute player, so I would do flute parts with the kantele group. We've got some recordings out there that, as I say, are just blow me away when I listen to them now. None of us were professional musicians, and most of us just had very minimal music training, but enough to be able to arrange songs and play. And then when I moved back to the copper country here, Jim Curti kept saying, Kay, you should be teaching kantele. And I go, well, I don't know how to teach kantele. So I don't know, somehow through Jim's pushing and shoving again, through the Finnish American Heritage Center at Finlandia University. That's another story too, Finlandia. We decided to write a grant through the Finnish Theme Committee of the city of Hancock, and we wrote a grant and got 16 kanteles, I think, 5-string kanteles from Jerry Henkel in Duluth, the kantele shop. And so I actually picked those up, and then we started having community enrichment classes through the Heritage Center. That's something that they've done over the years, many different things over the years that they've done, language classes and knitting or wood carving or whatever. And so we added the kantele classes. And then the push came to start with some 10-string kanteles. And I don't remember where those first 10-string kanteles came from, but I had a 10-string kantele, and I hardly played it, but I kind of, as I taught, I learned. And then people were saying, well, we want to use these somehow. So we made a little performing group called Ilon Kaiku, and I kind of feel like we're the Koivun Kaiku of the North. The Koivun Kaiku from St. Paul disbanded, around the turn of the century, I think, just because people had moved away or got older or were doing other things. And our Ilon Kaiku has never reached the level of the Koivun Kaiku. We don't have the other instruments. And the people are, I guess they're playing the 10-string. So we're basically 10-string and 5-string. I do some flute stuff and then a guitar. And now occasionally a yohiko will come and play with us too. So people travel in the winter time, and some of the members of the group have passed on, and so we're not meeting right now, and I do hope we'll start up again in the fall. We'll see. There was a digital wood carver from Covington named Jim Lohman, and he started building these, making these kits, and then having workshops where people could get together and build these beautiful 5 and 10-string, 11-string, 5 and 11-string kanteles that you would go to the workshop, and he would have all the parts cut out for you, and you would assemble them. So my husband built this one. This is a Jim Lohman kantele, and it's just got a very lovely, lovely bright sound. And so there's quite a few of these out in the community, and people have gotten kanteles from here and there, and sometimes they'll dig one out of their attic and bring it to me and ask me, well, what do you think of this? So through teaching and over the years, there's quite a few of us who have kanteles around, and I'm just hoping that they're not just hanging on the wall and gathering dust. So that's the story of that. I do have a concert kantele, a large one, 27 or 32 string kantele that was given to me, and I took some lessons from Melvin Kangas probably about 15 years ago, but I just have not worked on that. Someday I'll pick it up again. But, we don't have any teachers around here anymore. Most of the big concert kantele players have passed on, and I'm afraid it's going to be a lost art here in the U.S. So I will try to play a tune called Kello Polka. I just want to share a comment with you. The Finnish American Heritage Center has had interns come from Finland to work there, and they have gone home knowing how to play the kantele that they didn't know how to play before. And I remember seeing some of them involved in the Hakenpäivä parade and saying, oh my goodness, this is more Finnish than Finland is.